knew that this was something new, something great, something magical, and I definitely wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be a part of something great right here in the city of Detroit.
The Detroit P-20 partnership is an incredibly innovative, collective effort to transform and revitalize Detroit neighborhoods by transforming and revitalizing education and really changing educational opportunity for children. If you don't have a great school, you don't have options for families, then you won't have a continued or sustained revitalization. Now you may be wondering, what's the P in P-20? And what in the world is 20? Well, the P stands for prenatal, believe it or not. So at Starfish Family Services, they provide counseling for parents at 26 weeks of pregnancy. So they can start to think about, how do we raise healthy children? What are our rights to health care in our community? What can we do as parents to be part of that lifelong education of our children? So prenatal, and then 20 is grade 20. If you think about graduate education, right? If high school ends at grade 12, well, another 8 years of education would take someone through graduate education. We tend to break education apart. Well, what that means is that teachers at the lower grades or lower ages, younger ages, don't know where their children are going, and teachers at the upper grades don't know from whence their children have come. Our goal is to make sure that everything we do is aligned, that our curricula are aligned over time, that the teachers know each other, they understand what the goals are down the road, but they also understand the experiences children have had.
The long-term benefit is going to be that we are going to know our scholars. We're going to know them from birth to adulthood, right? And so we're going to be building on them every year, empowering them, pouring into them, loving on them, teaching them, nurturing them to be the best that they can be. And so I think that's the long-term advantage of the P-20 partnership.
If the children of the neighborhood can't learn about the neighborhood and about how to make change, how to be agents for change in their worlds, they can't sustain that revitalization.
Our education system is different than other DBS schools because more so of our projects are to do with actual real things in the world that's actually going on right now.
Place-based and project-based learning is crucial for the education of our students because, especially in things like social studies, we want the students to develop a real love and care of place, because if you don't know about, appreciate the history and the people that make up your community, we can't expect you to become a full democratic citizen that fights for that community. You have to love and know people before you're willing to put yourself on the line. So having a sort of curriculum that's rooted in Detroit, and then, even when we do world history, being able to use that to understand different peoples and different cultures is just really important for our students.
I love the social justice focus because our students here, they have grit, they have passion. When they see a cause that's worth fighting for, they rally together, they galvanize the troops to fight for what they believe in, fight for what is right.
Basically every class and in every year I can point to a specific project or multiple projects that I've done in a specific field and how it's related to a social justice aspect, so allowing me to really research specific world problems that I may think are theoretical but are really practical issues that affect me in my community on a more local scale.
We want them to feel like they're change agents, that they know how to identify a problem and then tackle it.
They're able to see their real world and apply the things that they're learning in school, right? How to solve problems, how to solve conflicts, or how to tackle social changes that should happen in a smaller scale at school. And for the scholars, I think that they feel like we're learning something meaningful and they want to do the work when it feels meaningful and realistic.
My favorite project here so far has been in my engineering class. My group decided to create basically a prototype for a de-stressing space. It made me realize that, that things can be done and can be, implemented as long as, you kind of take things into your own hands and, just use your ideas.
It also really provides students the opportunity to build what I call professional skills. Some people call these soft skills. There's nothing soft about being able to work in a team, being able to plan a project, to meet one's deadlines, to be respectful to other people, to communicate effectively. That's not soft. That's probably the hardest set of skills to learn. But with project and place-based learning opportunities, children are able to start building those skills.
I really learned a lot about group dynamics, more so. Like, we always have group projects here, but working in this group is a little bit different because the work that you're doing is not just for like a grade or a theoretical project. This is like a real thing that you really will get to present to people like your principal. And so working on projects like that and working on proposals has been really helpful.
We should be preparing students to be creative and active members in their communities that care about their peers, that care about the planet, that and are able to be successful in whatever careers they choose, but they're not just economic actors, and our communities aren't just economic systems. We need to be willing to dial down a little bit of the pressure cooker environment we have for education and dial up the space that students and teachers have to get creative, to get critical, to become adaptable, and stay engaged in the issues of the day. That really, I think, requires us to rethink how we approach the expectations we are putting on our students and the expectations we are putting on our teachers, and also how we evaluate those. And if we are able to do that, I think that's going to make for much more rich, productive, connected communities. And in an era where we feel increasingly disconnected, I think that we can't undersell the importance of that.
So we're going to be able to study this, and that's part of my dream, to be able to document this, not just as a neat thing that happened in one community, but a proof of concept that when people work together in particular ways with particular commitments, we can make really transformational change in education.